What is up, man? We are back in black in the building. Shout out to everybody out there at the corporate plantation doing what they got to do to survive. Did Jesus come back? Oh, damn. He didn't? God damn. Well, we'll try again next Sunday and see if he come back. Shout out to everybody out there. If you at Sunday school, and most of y'all FBA, stop trying to act like you ain't do Sunday school. Everybody did Sunday school. Sunday school, Sunday school, Sunday school, Sunday school, Sunday school is Martino. SUNDAYSCHOOL. Don't get me started. Try to act like you ain't do no Sunday school. So shout out to all my FBA at church, teaching Sunday school, singing in the choir. I sang in the choir too. Stop. I ain't afraid to say it. Yes, nigga. I sang in the choir. I had a little vocals back then. Yeah. Erica though. Roll call. Shout out to everybody out there in Arizona. It's hot as motherfucking Arizona. Shout out to the homegirls with Time is Time. Shout out to all my siblings in Las Vegas, Nevada. I told you I read the comments. Hey, I seen that shit. I just said, this shit made me want to do the Harlem Shake. I'm laughing because that's exactly what I thought of. I was like, this Harlem Shake type shit. But anyway, shout out to all my siblings, everybody in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's hot as fuck out there. Straight up. Y'all come to Vegas. It's hot as a motherfucker. And it's expensive as fuck. They wrong for that, man. They wrong for that. They like I ain't had no money. If I had real money, I would get 10 black families, including my family members. I'm talking about my blood relatives. I'm talking about my siblings only. If your cousins and all that, I'm sorry. You know, unless you, like you a cousin, like I deal with you. And I would move them to different states where they could be fruitful and multiply. Because Vegas, man, Vegas is like California. They just catering to the damn, what you call it? The immigrants. Just like Cali. So shout out to all my siblings in Las Vegas, Nevada. Vegas is hot as a motherfucker, man. So come visit. And make sure when you visit your family, put something on the damn power bill too. Shit. So shout out to all my siblings, everybody out there in Las Vegas, Nevada. You know, handling business. Shout out to the homegirl Shawnee. Philly in the building. Much power, respect to Shawnee and her fan bam. Shout out to the homegirl Erica from Florida, a.k.a. Florida. Man, Florida, man, using all them coastline states with them hurricanes, tornadoes, they wrong for that shit. So shout out to the homegirl Erica. Like I said, I'm always have respect for Erica. Erica put me up on some real fucking game, man. So shout out to Erica. Man, shout out to my OGs. My OGs. James Youngblood, Texas in the building. Much power and respect to him. Hopefully everything is good out there in Houston. You know, where everybody is at. You know, with the hurricanes and all the natural disasters. And shout out to my brother Dave from No Compromise. Joja in the building. And shout out to my homegirl, Melina, North Carolina, a.k.a. North Kakalaka. She my OG too. She, you know, I treat everybody like an OG. Like I told y'all, one day, man, when I get a chance, I'ma just get a camera and get my siblings. Y'all think I'm playing? I'm gonna get a camera. I'm gonna see where we can do it. I'm gonna set up a little camera and just get my siblings, and we just gonna have conversations about everything. It ain't gonna be no fights, gonna be discussion. It might be a little bit of drinking, a little bit of herb, but I'm telling you, my family is funny, and they ain't gonna tell you what the fuck is really going on. I'm thinking about putting that together in the future. Hopefully we can come together and put our differences to the side. You know how family be sometimes. look, siblings be like, that motherfucker rolled their eyes at me, so fuck their ass. But no, man, I'm thinking about doing that just so y'all can see where I get my information from, because they like my OGs. I just listen to their ass a lot of the time. And they should be having me rolling, so I'm thinking about doing that. And shout out to my homegirl, Jerica, in Las Vegas, Nevada as well. And man, we got a very interesting topic. They tried to kill the president. They tried to kill. Look, let me tell y'all something. We're going to have a conversation about it real quick. Let's get it. Man. Look, I love First of all, let me just give props to Foundational Black Americans. I love my people, man. No matter how sometimes we don't get along or we have different opinions or maybe we can agree to disagree. I love my people because black folk are like, my name is Bennett. I ain't in it. Ain't nobody trying to replace the system of racism, white supremacy. So I ain't got shit to say. And y'all can battle that shit out. And I'm proud of my Foundational Black Americans for doing that. I looked on Twitter, ain't nobody like, oh my God, they didn't try to kill the president. And you know, the Democrats, whether it's a Democrat or Republican that did it or a false flag, stay out of it. When somebody at your core plantation asks you, what do you think about the president getting shot? Be like, didn't they shoot Ronald Reagan too? And after that, you just keep it moving. If they be like, who you vote for? Be like, you just say, I don't vote. And if they elaborate like, well, why don't you vote? And you just say, it's just not for me. And if they say, oh, well, you know, you shouldn't complain. Your response should be, my taxes tell me different. So I can still complain. Because whether I vote or not, they're taking taxes out of my check to pay for things that I don't necessarily agree in. So sorry, and keep it moving. But yeah, they didn't try to kill Trump, and you know he did the Black Power fist. He did Jordan and the Kobe fist. Let me see what we can get. Let's see what we can get on CNN. Oh man, when I seen that shit, I said, oh, these niggas that tried to.
We have this entire presidential campaign, and one that will immediately enter the history book as one of a moment that we all experienced together.
I was set up in the buffer, which is the area right in front of where the president speaks, and everything was completely normal. Then over my left shoulder, I heard, you know, pops. The Secret Service rushed the stage, and I jumped up, and I got there as quickly as I could, and I'm photographing them covering President Trump. And then I was thinking in my head, okay, well, what are they going to do next? How are they going to get him off the stage? Where is he going to go? How is this going to unfold? So you're trying to make all those decisions in the moment.
And that's somebody talking about it, but I'm going to look for some more video because, man, did y'all see that, man? Is he Donald Trump? They try to get him off the stage. That nigga was like, hold on. Look, not only is he going to be a modern-day hero for surviving an assassination, he's going to win. So everybody get their popcorn. It's a wrap. Joe Biden should just concede, let him be the president, and keep it moving. And you say, why you say that, Warren? And the reason why I'm saying this is because it's a wrap. It is a wrap. I'm telling you right now, this man done got shot at and survived. It's a wrap. And whoever was the sharpshooter, what the fuck? They must have been on some ecstasy before they started shooting. They shoot everywhere. How many shots did they get off? Let's see. We're going to try to see if we can find video. And I just want y'all to say, you know,
I want to buy your house. I can pay you cash.
No, bitch. How about you don't buy us a house? And how about you give us reparations? Motherfuckers always talking about what they want to do. Give us reparations, bitch. Fuck it, buying a house.
Tonight, as the FBI has now identified the shooter in the assassination attempt of former president and presumptive Republican nominee Donald Trump.
Judy's live in the news.
Again, y'all heard it from me. Trump is going to win.
Room with the latest for us, Judy.
The shooter was identified as 20-year-old Thomas Crooks of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. An AR-15 style rifle was recovered. The FBI has not identified a motive. Donald Trump's campaign says he is doing well. In an email sent to supporters, the former president wrote, "I will never surrender." The first images of Donald Trump hours after the assassination attempt. The presumptive Republican presidential nominee landed in New Jersey, where he's recovering.
Is that the FBI stands with the people of Butler County in western Pennsylvania, and our hearts go out to the victims of this heinous act which occurred today. Right now, we need the public's help. Anyone who was on scene.
Why do y'all need the public help? And y'all the FBI, special agent clown, special agent dumbass. What do you need the public help for? You the FBI. Y'all got access to everything where everybody is. Stop. You better call the CIA and the NSA.
Who saw anything, who identified any information, please report that to the FBI.
And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Trump had just started his speech at the Butler, Pennsylvania rally when the shots were fired. He later revealed a bullet pierced his ear. I knew immediately that something was wrong and that I heard a whizzing sound, shots, and immediately felt the bullet ripping through the skin. Much bleeding took place, so I realized then what was happening. One rally attendee was killed, 2 others were critically wounded. Law enforcement officials say the shooter fired from the roof of a building outside the venue.
There's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick.
Oh, Joe Biden, you don't even know what's going on.
Sick. It's one of the reasons why we have to unite this country. We cannot allow for this to be happening. We cannot.
He don't even know where he at.
Chaotic scene. Law enforcement, I believe, acted heroically, quickly identifying and neutralizing the threat, as well as responding to assist the various victims. And I am aware that law enforcement had responded to a number of reports of suspicious activity. The specific response to this will be all part of the after action, but yes, law enforcement was responding to check on several suspicious occurrences.
President Biden, who returned to the White House from Delaware earlier than planned, spoke with Trump. The attack is raising questions about security failures. How could this have happened with federal and local officers present? The White House says President Biden this morning will be briefed by Homeland Security and other law enforcement.
Yeah, right. Biden and Homeland Security is like, shit, oh well, better him than us. That's how they feel. Here, let's see. I want to see when he put his fist up. That shit had me rolling. I don't know if y'all saw that shit. That nigga was like, no. That nigga said, no. Oh, man, hold on. Let's see. Oh, man. Let me see if we can. Oh, man. Dang. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Let's see if he put his fist up. I know y'all saw that. That motherfucker put his fist up like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm still here. They probably ain't gonna let us play it, though. That shit had me rolling. Let me see. Let's go to the next one. Let's see if we can. Oh, man. I just want to see if we can. Hold on. Let's see.
Panel is here. NBC News Washington managing editor Carol Lee, Charles Benson, anchor and chief political reporter of our NBC station WTMJ in Milwaukee, former White House press secretary Jen Psaki.
Oh, bitch, who gives a fuck? Get to the point.
Everyone, all of the guests who we just spoke to had a very similar message that this has to stop, this can never happen again, and that the country needs to find a way to lower the temperature on our politics.
It was really striking. The one thing that everyone agreed on in your interviews, Republicans and Democrats, that this is a horrific moment in the country's history, and how does the country move forward? And you heard Senator Graham there saying that there needed to be soul searching in the nation. You heard Senator Coons say that this was time to take the tone down in our politics. And I think that the question is how long that lasts and whether the country is ready to do that. Because
look, the country ain't ready to look. If the country ain't ready to give us reparations for us building this country for free, I don't give a motherfucker about none of that bullshit this lady talking about or anybody else. That's why black folks is looking like, oh, well, better than me. Let's get the pop. Didn't I tell y'all to get y'all popcorn, sit back and relax and just watch the show? See, just like the Israel and Palestine thing, they tried to chastise foundational black Americans because we wasn't jumping in it. That ain't our fight, so we don't need to jump in it. Just like this Republican Democrat, that ain't our fight. Just watch it and enjoy it. See, I'm going to tell you right now, the dominant society knows that at this point, black folk are like, no, we're not getting involved. And other racial groups are worried because they know if Trump gets in there, oh, he's an equal opportunity racist. So all you immigrants, yes, you free low motherfuckers that come over here to the United States of America for free for unearned benefits, you out of here. And they know that. And that's exactly why they want to ban with everybody talking about we got to get Trump out. No. Look, let me tell you how many Trump signs I'll be laughing my ass off because it's like, yeah, now everybody want to link up with black folk and be cool with black folk. Well, where the fuck was y'all at when y'all was getting all y'all set asides? Why y'all up here treating my people, foundational Black Americans, like shit at these fucking corporate plantations? I ain't never seen so many immigrants get away with dogging my people out of my fucking life. And to all you foundational Black Americans that's treating your own people like that, shame on you for doing that, knowing how hard it is in this country for us. And you get in these positions of fictitious power and you treat people fucked up.
All playing out against the backdrop of a political campaign in front of a deeply divided country.
I think you're absolutely right. That is the question.
We're deeply divided because of anti-Black racism and racist white supremacy and not establishing a system of justice. One, what you mean? I'll put it in layman's terms. Bro, Black folk are the last hired and the first fired in these corporate plantation jobs. That's one. Two, we never get paid what we're worth. Three, when we get on any type of fucking corporate plantation, that y'all always want us to entertain y'all. And if we not entertaining you and we just doing a good job and we know our worth, we're threatening to the infrastructure. And then four, y'all place all these immigrants over us. That's why these immigrants come over here and they have this mentality towards foundational Black Americans, because that's taught to them when they get over here. That's why y'all letting these borders over and just letting motherfuckers. That's why I be looking at immigrants upside their head. I don't give a fuck what color you are. I don't care who you are. I don't give a fuck if you my cousin. If you're an immigrant, you're an immigrant. You don't belong here. I don't want you becoming a citizen. I want you to clean up your homeland. That's what I want you to do. I don't want you to come over here. So I get tired of watching FBA people have to compete with immigrants to get the jobs and compete with other people that didn't build this country for free. It's like, it's bad enough we got to deal with anti-Black racism. I'm tired of watching my people, including me as well, compete with immigrants just to put food on the table. You get sick of that shit. That's why I have a lot of love for the South. You know what I'm saying? Because the South, they like, okay, they'll deal with a nigga every now and then, but they ain't dealing with no immigrants. That's for sure. And that's what I love. Like, nah, fuck that. That's why California, horrible, immigrant central. Vegas is LA 2.0, immigrant central. You fucking get a job and you report to a whole bunch of immigrants. It won't even be white people or Black people. It'll be immigrants telling you what to do, getting you in trouble, causing you to put your job in jeopardy. I never worked around. That's why I was like, man, I'm over this shit. You get to the point where you look, and people might take it wrong. I have gotten to the point at the corporate plantation where I'm like, I just rather my supervisor be white. You like, damn, well, why you say that? Because Black folk, they sometimes can be the worst at these fucking corporate plantation jobs. They get the buck dancing, cooning. They want to go hard on you to show white daddy and white mama that, like, you get tired of that shit, man. For real, you get tired of it.
And Jen, in fact, we've already seen the finger pointing begin. Some people even blaming President Biden. We heard that very forceful condemnation by President Biden of what happened. As someone who used to work with the president, what are you anticipating in terms of, he's obviously pulled his political ads forward, but as Carol said, the question is, how long does this moment last? And how do you think he sees his role right now?
I mean, I think his role, I'm betting that how he responded was as a human being, which is how we just saw Lindsey Graham at moments during that interview, and Senator Sanders and Senator Coons respond. That's how everybody should be responding. For anyone out there who has a platform, who thinks the moment right now is to be political and attack the other party, you are feeding into the danger. No.
What we're watching is two slave masters arguing about who's the bigger slave master. As Neely Fuller Jr. said in his book, The United Independent Compensatory Counter-Racist Code of Ethics, go get that book. He said, if you see two white people arguing, don't choose a side. Unless they're trying to replace a system of racism and white supremacy and establish a system of justice, don't choose a side. Why, Mr. Neely Fuller Jr.? You know why he said that? He said because that's just two white slave masters arguing about who's the bigger slave master. If they're not replacing the system, why would you choose a side? People might be like, man, I'm not voting for nobody that ain't replacing the system of racism, white supremacy, and establishing a system of justice. But I will tell you this about Trump. He ain't putting no policies in position to fucking impede on the progress of Black folk. He ain't did a fucking Joe Biden and create the 94 crime bill and turn around and blame it on Black people. So no. So if Trump wins, you should be laughing and looking at all these immigrants like, you need to do the Martin. Oh, Trump won? Look at an immigrant and say, bye-bye, baby, bye-bye. So get the fuck on. You damn right. Like, damn one, why you going hard? I'm going hard because I am tired of watching foundational black Americans get shit on by immigrants. And they are coming over here and getting set-asides and getting unearned benefits while black folk can't even get a damn business loan. I'm tired of that shit. And that's why black folk are so in competition with each other, because we can't compete with nobody else. We can't compete with nobody else. So we have to compete with each other to make ourselves feel good. That's why when I meet black folks, especially foundational black Americans, I automatically let my guard down. Dude, you my people. But we so busy want to compete with each other. It's like, I ain't trying to compete with you, because we need to be competing with them. That's why I go to travel, go to these different states, look at who's owning these homes and all that stuff. Just go to California, go to Vegas. The majority of a lot of homeowners are Latinos, and a lot of them probably are immigrants. A lot of them are Nigerians and Indians, and they're probably illegal immigrants. So why the fuck they're able to come over here and buy homes, but my own people got to jump through all these hoops to buy a home? We got to work a job 10 years, have excellent credit, and all this shit to buy a home. But then you see immigrants that can't even speak English, whether they Indian, Nigerian, I don't give a fuck what they are, and they over here owning a home. I'm sick of watching that shit. I'm sick of seeing it.
You are making it more likely there's retaliation. I'm incredibly scared. I'm scared for journalists. I'm scared for people who have public platforms of all parties, and that's how people should feel. So for President Biden, I mean, Senator Coons mentioned he was in church. He's somebody who's very prayerful. He is somebody who attends church. I think he probably is relying on that. And in this moment, I think his instinct would be not to be political. And you just take it day by day. That's where he would be. I mean, he has a huge interview tomorrow. And the moment there is not to talk about the political path forward. It is to be a healer and to lower the rhetoric and the tenor in the conversation in the country.
It's just fascinating. Every conversation is going to be different, including that interview, Jen, tomorrow. Lonnie, former President Trump released a statement on his Truth Social account this morning calling on the country to be united. He obviously has a powerful role to play in this moment, too, even as he recovers and as everyone is wishing him a full and quick recovery.
All political leaders have an important role to play. On the night
and
that
this looked like an Asian man talking.
He wore a jacket.
Land he chid? Nah, I'm done. I stop. No, I don't want it. No, stop. Build up your homeland. I'm sick of that shit. Enough. Warren, why you being like that? Cause when's the last time you saw a black American go to China anywhere and be on TV speaking about China's issues? Tell me that. When's the last time you saw a black American going to any other country and moving up the political social ladder and speaking on? No, that wouldn't happen. Only the fucking United States of America. They'll just allow anybody to come in here and they'll put anybody on TV. Just like the hip hop shit. That's why I give Lord Jamar so much props. He called out Fat Joe and all of them on that shit. Basically saying like, hey man, y'all talking about y'all created hip hop, but let's have a conversation. And I'm gonna play y'all a little bit of Lord Jamar right now. So we can hear that. Cause thank God for Lord Jamar. God body, 5% Nation. Man, listen to this, y'all. Listen to this.
Puerto Ricans, do you feel like they played a part in creating hip hop?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Were they early? Were they the first contributors?
Hey, Lord Jamar, man, he remind me of David. David be absolute with that shit. No, Warren G, I'm from the Bronx. They're fucking lying, Warren G.
Yes. Did they do things to help proliferate hip hop? Yes. Were they, do we have valuable people from the Puerto Rican culture that has contributed? Absolutely. But in the beginning stages of hip hop, in the creation stages of hip hop, this was very much a Black American youth thing that had no outside influences from Puerto Rico or Jamaica or any other type of place that you.
Hey, I love Lord Jamar. 5% Nation, stand up.
Name. The influences, if anything, were from down south America. The influences were our parents' music. Like, it had nothing to do with any outside people. And any individuals that might have been from those places did not bring that culture to hip hop. They had to act black in order to assimilate to hip hop culture. That's all that's being said. There's no hatred or no racism, whatever they trying to call foul on. It's just saying, listen, the thing that you love and adore is something that was made by Black American youth. Get over it. It's not the
Man.
melting pot y'all are trying
Thank you. They trying to make it a Fat Joe and Busta Rhymes are the main ones.
to paint it as. Now, I don't know if there's some sort of financial reasons, being we have the Olympics coming up and people want to attach themselves to certain things. We just had the 50th anniversary of hip hop. That was very lucrative for certain people. You understand? So
Fat Joe and Busta Rhymes. Mainly Fat Joe. Mainly Fat Joe. That's why you see Fat Joe everywhere. Mainly him. He has profited the most off of that 50-50 bullshit.
Yeah, museums being made in the Bronx and stuff like that. So I think in some people, it's their best interest to try to mold a certain narrative, you know, but the truth is the truth, you know. I got people that was there that will tell you what it is. This is not just me talking, you know what I mean? But because they'll say I wasn't there. I don't have to be there.
Man.
I don't have to be there because the DNA will show you. The everything that's incorporated into hip hop will show you that it has nothing to do with Puerto Rican or Jamaican culture. Period. And those were myths that were just put out there. I'm not exactly sure when. I think it started happening in the 90s. Don't know why, but we're here to clear this up.
So why do you think people like Fat Joe and Crazy Legs, they push that narrative? It's like, for me, it's one thing for them to push it, but when you got people like, you know, KRS-One pushing it, yeah, that's crazy, man.
Well, you know, I can definitely understand why people like Fat Joe or Crazy Legs or even a Pete Rock.
Listen to this, because Fat Joe Puerto Rican, Pete Rock is Jamaican, Busta Rhymes is Jamaican. So listen to this. And Busta Rhymes is named after a foundational Black American football player, by the way. Just to let y'all know. Got that from Dave from No Compromise.
You know, feel like they would want to push that narrative because that's what they heard. And quite frankly, it'll make you feel good. It makes you feel good. You know what I mean? If you somehow believe that you had a hand in something, but then when you find out otherwise, you know, it could make you kind of salty. And it was nice to go with those myths or those narratives when they were put out there and all of that. But yeah, it's just not real. Oh, and also I wanted to say to that is, I think there's a certain, like, maybe slight guilt that comes with people of a certain lineage who weren't born there. Okay? So now you have people, you have Puerto Ricans or Jamaicans alike who, if you're not born there, they look down on you a little bit. Jamaicans will call you a Yankee regardless if your parents are Jamaican and was born in Jamaica and all that. You understand what I'm saying? So I think some of these people have a little bit of that going on where they're almost trying to overcompensate and show like, yo, listen, I'm standing up for my flag. I'm standing up for, you know, I'm Jamaican, I'm Puerto Rican. That doesn't matter. I was born here in America. I'm not American like them. I'm with y'all. And all I'm saying is, if we're really all one, if this is really all about unity, if we all see ourselves as black, then why is this even a fucking issue, yo?
Man.
What's the fucking problem? If we all one, then Black Americans did this. And if y'all was Black Americans, then we don't have a problem. But you want to separate yourself with these different flags and all of that.
Delineation. What everybody I've heard, Professor James Small, everybody, Tariq Nasheed or Williams, any thought leader you hear be like, they started to, they did the delineation. I've heard Issa Rae Yvonne Orji, all of them. Oh, well, I'm Nigerian, so us Nigerians, we're smart. We have to be a doctor. That's all you hear from them. And then when black folks start, Foundation of Black Americans be like, well, we FBA. So I don't know what y'all talking about. Oh, you being divisive. We all black. Yeah, it's all black until it's time to take credit for something, and then you delineate.
You want to be one, but you want to be singled out too.
Yep.
So if you want to be singled out, well, then we got to say, all right, well, then you wasn't there in the beginning.
Exactly.
Because it was only black Americans that was there.
Yeah, and I know KRS-One, he spoke on it, and he was calling people stupid if they try to downplay Latinos playing a part in hip-hop.
And then he went as far as to say that hip-hop couldn't have been created without Latinos.
Yeah, that's a loss.
So James Brown needed a Latino to make that music? So you saying that Pygmy Markham? Stop, bro. KRS-One is full of shit. So I don't want to hear none of that shit. That's like, come on, dog. You know why? Because you got Latino friends, and you don't want to damage those relationships. So man, look, let me tell you something. Even if I had Latino friends, I'm gonna tell them. Like when I was at the Court Plantation, and my Latino boss was like, "Yeah, we all built this country." I said, "No, you did not. Foundation of Black Americans built this country. But we got to keep things in context." I said, I got plenty of books that you can read so it can give you better insight on what we have contributed to this country versus what y'all contributed.
That's a wild statement. Because I'm going to be honest, and this is no disrespect to any Latinos in hip-hop, but you can remove everybody from hip-hop and just leave black people, and hip-hop would be just fine.
Yep. Because where's there a Puerto Rican nod? Oh, there isn't one. Where is there a Jamaican Hove? There isn't one.
It's when you remove black people from hip-hop that it all goes to shit.
Yep.
Let's keep it real.
Man.
I feel like a lot of this pushback is because certain people don't like Tariq personally.
Yep. Say it again. Say it again, Lord Jamal. We gonna rewind it. I'm sorry, we going over. I know I'm over my time, but I really, really, really want y'all to hear it. I'm gonna go over today. So I really, we gonna rewind this because I think it's very important for my foundational Black America. This is look, even whoever is in foundation, y'all need to listen to this. This isn't Warren speaking. This is Lord Jamar. Punks jump up and get beat down. This is Lord Jamar. He has stake in hip hop. He's a thought leader in hip hop. Listen to what this brother is saying. We have to listen. Listen to what he's saying.
That it all goes to shit. Let's keep it real. I feel like a lot of this pushback is because certain people don't like Tariq personally. They don't like what he's about with FBA and all.
See? Look, we got to rewind it again. We're going to rewind it again. They don't like it. When you start getting around other racial groups, especially Latinos and Jamaicans, and you be like, well, I'm FBA, so I don't really give a fuck about that. I'm FBA. They get so angry. They don't like it. That's a fact.
Certain people don't like Tariq personally. They don't like what he's about with FBA and all of that type of shit. Like, listen, Tariq is a cool guy. I'm not some sort of Tariq disciple, though. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's certain things that I may not agree with as far as the full FBA, stance on reparations, let's say. You know what I mean? But that doesn't stop me from engaging in the truth.
Thank you. You can disagree. Look, people disagree with me all day long. Let me tell you something. My OGs, who you hear me mention all the time when we do roll call, my OGs, they disagree with me all the time. And I look at what they say and I'm like, damn, he right. Let me correct this. Let me see. That's why you always hear me say James Youngblood said this or Dave from No Compromise said this, because that's what it's about. You know what I mean? They're not supposed to agree with everything I say. They're supposed to disagree and check me on shit like, nah, Warren G, you got to look at it from this place. I take that criticism. A lot of the times you'll hear me say it on another podcast like, yeah, man, yeah, my brother Dave from No Compromise said woo, woo, woo. Because I'll go back and be like, damn, he right. Let me go do a little bit of studying. You could disagree all day long, but one thing that I admire about Dave from No Compromise, James Youngblood, the truth is the truth. That's a fact.
You see what I'm saying? Like people will say, well, because on my father's lineage, right? My great grandfather is from Guyana, right? But my mother is full what you would call FBA. So you got some people, well, you're not even FBA, Lord Jamar, like you have Guyanese.
Yeah, he's FBA. You FBA. One of your parents' lineage traced back to the census out here in the United States of America. You're FBA. Sorry. Stop. So whoever said that, I don't know. They bugging.
In your fucking family, so what? Why would that make me lie? Why would that make me lie? I'm still going to tell the truth, whether it falls in my favor or not. See, this is what y'all don't understand. When it doesn't fall in your favor, you want to now lie. If it don't fall in my favor, I don't care. I don't care. Oh, my father's half is going to be mad that they wasn't down with the beginning of hip hop. Nobody said the Guyanese was in the beginning of hip hop. And my family is so New York. Like nobody has an accent in my family. I didn't come up with any Caribbean recipes in my home. Like, that's my great grandfather. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we've been in New York for Udine. So it's like, we Black Americans from New York. You know what I mean? And Black Americans from New York, and I'm not even going to just say the Bronx, and that's blasphemous too in certain circles, that, oh, the Bronx created it. I'm going to say the New York City area created it.
Man.
Because a lot of shit was going on simultaneously. I think that some people, you know what I mean? How could you know? If you're in the Bronx, you don't know what's going on in Queens. You know what I mean? You don't know necessarily what's going on in Brooklyn unless you're traveling like that. You know what I mean? And not everybody was doing that. A lot of people were staying in their own neighborhoods and all of that. Yeah, even KRS had to correct himself because he had the song South Bronx. And he said, well, you know, to be historically correct, it started in the West Bronx, you know. It's all debatable, you know. Some people say East Bronx. Some people say they was doing this in Brooklyn and Queens too. So, like I said, hip hop started around that New York City area at that time by Black American youth. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with it at all. But BET, right, gotta ask you about this. How you feel about the backlash they got for remembering O.J. Simpson at the BET Awards? And the main person that was giving them backlash was Stephen A. Smith.
Listen, you know, to try to encompass somebody whole life into one moment, you know what I mean? That, first of all, was never proven. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I'm gonna stop it right there, but we're gonna cut the music on. But I can't wait to have these discussions. Like I said, I gotta get with David and James Youngblood. We in different time zones, but you could disagree on certain things, but still be like, nah, they still lying. If it doesn't suit me, it doesn't matter. They still lying. Fat Joe's a fucking liar. You just going by what you heard, and you are benefiting from it. You're benefiting from the culture. You're an end user of the culture. You're benefiting from it, and you don't want any of the harm. When Dolores Tucker and them were crushing CDs and talking shit about Pac and Snoop and all them, where the fuck was Fat Joe and all them people at then? That's what I'm saying. It's so easy to be like, well, I'm from the Bronx, and we created and all that. It's like, dog, stop. It's benefiting you right now. But when it no longer benefits you, we gonna see if you claiming this goddamn hip hop bullshit. That's why I'm like, man, you gotta be very careful of people that they put. Just like I saw that brother Keith Lee, you know, that does the thing. I like that brother. And Taraji P. Henson, I'm sorry. Stop with the bullshit. Stop being petty. First of all, you hosting the BET Awards, so we know your money is dwindling. Then you talked all that shit about how you so tired. And I'm so tired of taking these jobs. I'm so tired. and everybody broke down that video with you and Oprah, and then you gonna say it wasn't Miss Oprah, then you had to come out there and clean that bullshit up. Stop. We know Oprah don't pay y'all. Oprah's full of shit. You better ask Toni Braxton. That's why she had Toni Braxton on that show. She dogged the shit out of Toni Braxton. Oprah don't give a fuck about nobody but herself and Gayle King. So let that be known. And they known for putting people on blast and asking them all kinds of bullshit questions. I remember when they had Tisha Campbell on there, and she started asking her about the fucking Martin lawsuit, and she's like, we moved past that. That was fucking 25 years ago. Why would you even bring that up? You see what she did to R. Kelly? This is what people do. KRS-One, you're full of shit. Fat Joe, you're full of shit. And Busta Rhymes, you're full of shit. That's why Busta Rhymes had a meltdown. Them motherfuckers, take your fucking phones. Put your fucking phones down. I'm from a different era. Yeah, you're from an era where you were just happy to be in hip-hop. And you weren't talking about this, Jamaicans did this and Jamaicans did that, Puerto Ricans did this and Puerto Ricans. Man, get your whole ass out of here with that sucker shit. Because if that's the case, it's only Fat Joe and Petey Crack that the Puerto Ricans even respect as a lyricist. Where everybody else at? Stop. Like Mace and Cam, especially Cameron said, Cam was like, I identify as a black American. Them Africans do not fuck with us. Them Jamaicans don't fuck with us. That's what it is. And that's why I wanted to play y'all that. That's why with the whole Trump assassination, sit back, relax, and just watch it. Don't even get involved. Let Trump win so he can start dogging out all these other immigrants and get the fuck off Foundation of Black Americans for once. Joe Biden told us we need to get with the Mexicans, didn't he? So fuck him. And all these so-called Democrats that are out here pushing this whole fucking narrative, the first thing you should say is, well, what have the Democratic Party done for Foundation of Black Americans? I had this conversation with this sister. She was like, well, you know, she was talking something about trade. I'm like, man, no, I'm talking about specifically for Foundation of Black Americans. I'm not talking about no trade act or nothing like that. We don't own no ships, no cakes, no pies, no nothing. So trading has nothing to do with Foundation of Black Americans. We don't have a dog in that fight because we don't have access to those type of natural resources. So what has he done for Foundation of Black Americans? How about no taxes for Foundation of Black Americans? How about a check like all these other racial groups get when they've been done wrong and harmed? See, black folk get to picking out certain things and cherry picking certain things because they feel like that's politically necessary. No, dog, y'all ain't done shit for us. Sorry. And I'm anti-immigrant. Sorry. That's my political stance. I'm pro-FBA and anti-immigrant. So if you're over here for unearned benefits, I'm sorry. I am not going to another country and leaning on their resources and then talking shit about the natives that are there. And I'm tired of every time you say Native or something, they want to bring up the Native Americans. Then why didn't the Native Americans build this country for free without repayment? Exactly. They got their set-asides and they was catching slaves too, like David from No Compromise taught us. So I don't want to hear that. We are a special people, like Dr. Claude Anderson said. And look, remember this. Stay out of the Democrat-Republican talk. Let them duke it out and fight amongst themselves. And you get your popcorn, put some extra butter on it. Get you a nice little Sprite. Maybe get you a little Butterfinger or a Snickers bar or a Twix or something like that and enjoy the show. I'm done. Guilty, nigga. Peace.